Oh, Fabrizio Romano has dropped the infamous three-word phrase. We have our third signing of the summer. I know old school people will be going, it's not been announced by Manchester City yet. Absolutely. I get it. I feel it. I really do. But this is as good as it gets, really, in terms of official announcements. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that we've got our man, and I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited for this indeed. Here we go. I'll go over here for you. Breaking Rayan Cherki to Manchester City. Here we go. Deal in place, club to club after direct contact. Cherki will sign 5-year deal as a City player. Lyon to receive €35 million package of add-ons as L'Equipe reports. Documents being prepared in time for the Club World Cup. Oh, bloody hell, guys. Do you know how good this is? Do you know how exciting this is? It's ridiculous. We've got one of the most gifted playmakers in world football for just €35 million. And honestly, I am delighted. I am delighted. Absurd deal, this. A genuinely absurd deal. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see him in a Manchester City shirt. I can't wait to see him light up the Etihad. I can't wait to see him do what he did on his debut for France. I can't wait, man. I just can't wait. I just can't wait. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. He's going to light up the Club World Cup. I can feel it in my bones. He's going to prove to be better value than Wirtz. I can feel it in my bones. And Ornstein's gone for it now, has he? Has Ornstein gone for it? Let me have a look. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. It's going to be brilliant. Where's Ornstein, man? Oh, I follow Ornstein as well. He'll be here somewhere. Where's Ornstein? Where's your man, Ornstein? Has he confirmed it as well? There we go. City reach an agreement, Lyon. Deal worth €40 million plus personal terms on a contract 2030. Medical expected Tuesday. City finalising time for France International. France International will be involved with Club World Cup. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Expect medical tomorrow. No, oh, look, come on, lad. This is genuinely wonderful stuff. I can't believe we've got Cherki, ait-nouri, and Reinders for £150 million. Look, we need to give Hugo Viana. Like I'm going to do the corniest thing I've ever done here. Laugh at me if you want to. And this is genuinely like almost Arsenal fan behaviour, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm sort of embarrassed now as a nearly 40-year-old man that I'm going to do this. I'm going to applaud. I'm going to applaud a guy who will never meet me, who has no idea who I am, but I'm going to do it anyway. Hugo Viana. I'm nearly 40. I've got loads of City stuff behind me, and I'm sat there in the attic, the spare room. It's not a bedroom, but everyone mocks it. And I've just applauded a man I'll never meet who's a millionaire. But I don't care. Absurd level good for a transfer window to come here to be this good this early on. Absolutely ridiculous, like just absurd. Like honestly, we've been so aggressive, we've been so good. Also, by the way, I've got to give City Extra some credit here because I've just seen their mock-up of Cherki in the away kit, and look how beautiful that is. Look at that. I need to give them some credit for that. That kit, Cherki, and that kit. Beautiful. There we go. I mean, just look at that. I'm sorry for the corny. I mean, the corniest thing, but I just can't believe. By the way, I love that someone's called Cass in the chat because my son's called Cassian. Yeah, I like it. I don't know if you're a Cassian as well, mate, but I love it. A fellow Cass because my son. Yeah. But anyway, this is just. I cannot believe just how good it is. I think we fixed so many problems in this Manchester City side already with these summer transfer. Transfers already. It's absolutely brilliant. By the way, this video, I wasn't going to actually officially sponsor this video with OneFootball because I've got too many videos to do already. But why not? If you want to help the channel, if you want to download it, it's in the pinned comment, description below. I don't know. I'm just going to do probably more than the 10 of contractors to do at this point. So this video. So yeah, go for it. If you want to download OneFootball, put the cherry on the cake for me, go for it. In the link, pinned comment, it's absolutely ace. Go and get your stats over there. But we're going to get also, of course, a right back. Almost certainly. You'd think so. We're going to probably sign a keeper if one of Edison or Ortega goes. But what I do know is we signed 3 remarkably gifted players. And as I was just saying on the video before I ended it, He's special. He really is special. He truly is. He's going to give us so much joy. And I can't wait to see how this unfolds. Look, guys, by the way, 450 people watching, just the 50 likes. Only 1 in 10 of you have liked the video. Get the likes up, man. Let's get to 200 likes if we can immediately. And once again, I'm trying to get to 75,000 subscribers. I need about 800 more. I'd love to get to 100k eventually. I've done so many videos recently. If you want to help support the channel, please give the video a like and please subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. It's going to be so much fun watching Cherki and ait-nouri and Ryan to see how they get on. And I've got a really good video coming later. I've got a cracking video coming later about everything you need to know about Rayan Cherki, and it's absolutely brilliant, I promise you. So if you want to watch that later, subscribe if you're new so you don't miss the notification. It's a brilliant video. It's one of the best ones I've done. Not actually from Irvson. Well, I'm from yeah, true. Yeah, fair enough, mate. I can be whenever I want from, not your business. But yeah, don't do it then. Or do it. Don't do it. Reverse psychology. Don't lie down on football. Don't subscribe to the channel. Whatever. But yeah, look, we all saw Cherki against Spain. We saw him against... he was absolutely brilliant. We saw him against Germany. He was good against Germany, not amazing, but he's still really talented, obviously. Against Spain, his cameo was mercurial. Look... I think Cherki's going to get the keys. I think Guardiola is going to love the fact that this guy can make things happen absolutely nowhere. You know, he is a special talent. And I don't think he's going to stifle him. Rich to Lee already with the comments saying lazy views already that Pep will stifle Cherki, and you're obviously bemoaning people's lazy views there. And you're absolutely right. I can see that narrative already. People keep saying as long as he doesn't Grealish him. No one Grealished. Grealished himself. This narrative has to stop. I'm sick of it. Like this one-eyed, lazy narrative. People, I'm sorry. If you're genuinely parroting this Grealish stuff, you are dumb. You are dumb and absolutely incapable of critical thinking. And I'm being aggressive there because it deserves aggression. It's a lazy narrative. It really is. You can't just point at Grealish and say he makes everyone boring when you have to ignore Doku having the most dribbles ever in a Premier League player. Savinho dribbling constantly. What about Mahrez? What about De Bruyne, David Silva, and all these people who've done whatever they wanted for their ages and been brilliant and turned into world-class players? Messi, Iniesta. You know, all these people. Grealish just couldn't cut it from Manchester City. He could for a bit, but he couldn't maintain it. That's on Jack Grealish. Guardiola gets players to the final third, and at that point, it's up to you to be brilliant. Guardiola will not stop brilliant players doing brilliant things. He never has done. That's his philosophy. I will get you to the final third, and at that point, be a footballer, be wonderful, and be there. Grealish is entirely mental. It's entirely... Keith, you say in the chat, like, Jack, we all know the problems that Jack allegedly has. And look, I hope Jack gets better. But Jack, look, I've heard the rumours. You guys have heard the rumours too. Jack's problems are not on the pitch. They're off the pitch. And hopefully he can sort him out. Jack checked out after the treble, man. Like, he said it himself. He did. It's one of those things where, like, it sounded a bit... I'm just bored of like lazy narratives, you know. It's one of those things where I am bored of people who just parrot the same thing and don't use any critical thinking. It's boring. It's absolutely boring. And I'm also bored of people trying to sort of troll and be awkward in the chat. So I'll get rid of them because I haven't got the energy for people. I'm too tired. I had like 3 hours sleep for the past 2 weeks a night, so I haven't got the energy for anyone being slightly sassy in the chat. So I'll just get rid of you. Sorry, but I want to. It's my channel and I can. But yeah, 2 Ryans for the price of 1, exactly. Like this guy. Look, anyway, the Grealish rumor is just off the pitch stuff. We all seen him on nights out and all that kind of stuff. But I've heard strong, which I won't repeat, but I've heard strong stuff, and I've got no reason to deny it's doubt it's true. Rich Training with the super chat, saying, oops, that's the wrong one. Saying. Sorry, pressing the wrong button entirely. Says lazy views already that Pep will stifle Cherki. He's not going to, man. Like Pep is going to love him. If you watch how he played against, for France, by the way, people are going to think Cherki gets the ball and dribbles all the time. He doesn't. Cherki will get the ball. He will cycle it. He'll play a nice pass. He chooses his moment. That's what's clicked for Cherki this season. That's why Cherki's better this season, because he understands when to pass it and when to dribble. He's so much more composed on the ball these days, which has upped his numbers massively in terms of a chance creation machine. So I guarantee you, the first time Cherki starts to play a pass backwards, everyone's going to act like Guardiola sort of smothered him. When truth is, Cherki's much more mature than he used to be anyway. Cherki's a much better footballer than he was a year ago because he slowed his game down. People will still blame Guardiola, I guarantee it, but he's brilliant. These, honestly, these signings they're cracking. They're absolutely brilliant. And I'll do that thing where I sort of build them. Let me get this top up, by the way. I'm absolutely boiling up here. I'll get off camera just in case you see me half naked. 1 second. There we go. God, it's so hot in here. But these signings are... Muggy's the word I would use. Muggy. A bit close. These signings are the ones that I think are going to change how City play aggressively. So I'll build up the team now. I'll go over here. So last season, we were lining up like this, weren't we? KDB was often up here, and Haaland was up here. KDB often pressed up there alongside Haaland. He was a second striker, absolutely. I think this is the Cherki role. So obviously, last year we saw this a lot. We saw Marmoush here. We saw a bit of McAtee out here often as well. I'm going to put McAtee here because he played a fair bit there. But we saw Silva and Gundo or Kovacic. This is how we played last season. We saw, before we turned it around as well, we were seeing Vardial a little bit. I'm going to go back to what we were doing towards the start of the season. No, I'm going to do towards the end. O'Reilly. And then going to be Vardial and Diaz. And it was Nunes, wasn't it, towards the end of the season. But we saw a lot of this towards the end. I think we needed to up the quality in this a little bit. Now, obviously, the way it was working was Marmoush was cutting in, De Bruyne was sort of dropping about, McAtee was going like that as well, and De Bruyne was sort of around here. O'Reilly was getting up, Nunes was getting a bit further forward. It was sort of like this, wasn't it? Semi like this, McAtee out there, Haaland. It was sort of like that. What we're going to have now is an upgrade in quality, massively. So, immediately, the upgrade here will be... What have I done there? Jesus. I don't know how I've managed that. God, that's a throwback, isn't it? Who remembers that? Yeah, the transfer target. OBS is doing something weird for me. The keyboard sugars have gone. That was a throwback. I forgot I even had that on OBS. Should I just put his face right on it? That was the old transfer target. I put Cherki right in the centre because it's done. Good times. Anyway, I go back over here. What we'll have now, obviously the upgrade here will be Rodri. He'll be there. Major throwback indeed. And then the upgrade we'll have here is Reinders. Massive upgrade. Hugely. And then the upgrade we'll have here, not upgrade, that sounds harsh, but the equal level of quality, hopefully, is Cherki. The upgrade I think we'll have here is Foden back in form. And I think he will be back in form. And then... this will be ait-nouri, and as good as O'Reilly is, he is an upgrade. I think it's going to be this, and all of a sudden you see, and I think Nunes, we might sign a right back, but Rodri like a new signing. 2020, thanks, Jad, really appreciated. By the way, once again, please do consider liking, please do consider subscribing, it's massively appreciated. All of a sudden, the team looks way better. You've got the experience and crossing ability of ait-nouri. Reinders is much better than, Silva and Gundogan these days. Rodri is just the best player in the world. Cherki is going to be much more dynamic, I think. Look, I think Cherki could go out here. I think if you wanted to as well, wanted to be more physical, you could even just play Nico Gonzalez in midfield as well and let, have a really solid midfield with Cherki and ait-nouri and Marmoush and everyone further forward. Rodri going forward a little bit. You could also, the keeper, look, I sort of want Costa actually if Ederson goes. Donnarumma would be great as well. We'll be linked to Chevalier today as well. It's very obvious that we want a whole bunch of signings, but I've got a feeling that, we've got... by the way, I just got a photo from the wife. She's got Nando's. And let me reply to her. I always check because obviously she's got the 2 babies with her, so I want to make sure everything's all right. So if you wonder why I'm checking my phone, it's because it's parental instincts. If I get my phone buzzes, I check it just to make sure my sons are okay. I have to reply to her though. She's getting Nando's. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm starving. She's got Nando's. And he's got Luigi. Ruben's got Luigi. Luigi Teddy. There we go. Anyway, so I've got Rayan Cherki. I'm eating good, and the wife's got Nando's with Ruben and Cass. So there we go. Chevy costs around 70 million apparently, but I don't think that's actually true. I think it'd be a lot cheaper than that. No, Chris, she's good. She's getting out now. 3 weeks tomorrow. So she's very much postpartum. She had a C-section, so she's recovering. Definitely pushing it a little bit today, but she knew I needed to work today. So she got out of the house with Rubes and got on the bus. You can't drive after a C-section. So she got on a bus. And yeah, you guys don't care. I care. I'm talking about family because I love them. But I think this is the formation we'll play. And I think Cherki is going to get the keys. Foden will be back to his best. I guarantee you. Foden will absolutely be back to his best next season. I can't wait. I just feel it in my bones. By the way, I am very happy with Nunes in this team for now. If we don't get, Livramento or something like that, you guys know how I felt about Nunes in the past, but I think Nunes has earned a shot, and I think he'd be the slight weakest link in this. But when the team's that much better, I think we can more than make up for it. I genuinely believe it. Cafunes, I like it a hill. But I would be fine with that, man. I think I'll put Costa, question mark, because it'd be a keeper, and Nunes, question mark. I don't know who it would be, but it'd be something like that. And I think Foden's going to enjoy it there, and I think he would do. And I'd love to see Bob there as well. Bob get a chance in this Foden role. Bob would be really good there as well. He'd be excellent. But miles better. That side we've improved at centre-back because Vardiol... Look, towards the end of the season, I'll go back to how we were ending the season. We started ending the season like this again. It was... Vardiol was back there. We had a Kanji back here. A Kanji stinking the place out. We bought... Who was that right back? It was sort of Rico, wasn't it? I got nothing against Rico, but he started playing Rico there and he wasn't working physically. We had Gundo... We had Silva. And I don't mind the youngs for what it's worth, but this was it. Then we had often, what was it? Like, Doku was over here, wasn't he? Like, the balance is so off, man. Like, it's so off. This is how we're ending the season. Like, that side is so much lesser than what we've just seen. So, you look at the issues here. Akanji just passed it entirely. Like, Rico, I love Rico, but he hasn't got the physicality that we need on the counter. Like, he hasn't got the... I really do love him. Gundo, Silva, KDB, they're just old these days. As I was saying about De Bruyne, I think it's the right time to leave. I think Cherki is an upgrade now on old De Bruyne. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe that's disrespectful. I'll take it back, actually. But I think he could be. I think Cherki is much more suited to the old blocks these days. My issue sounds wrong. My worry about De Bruyne was that I think his crossing had gone quite a bit. Like, he wasn't whipping those crosses in as good as he used to be. And I feel like, with De Bruyne... it was a case of that he was good still, very good still, probably our best attacker still, but I don't think he was as brilliant as he used to be, and I feel like he couldn't quite strike the ball in the same way. He still played some beautiful passes, but it felt to me that he just wasn't the same. And I don't want to say Cherki's an upgrade until we know he's an upgrade, because it's disrespectful to our greatest ever player. I think he could be, and I think well, put it this way, he's a beautiful swap. The problem here, Vardiol was never in a million years going to overlap, was he? He sort of got the ball. Vardiol is not the guy to whip a crossing. So Doku was sort of aiming at, Haaland. Marmoush didn't want to be out here. Rico was getting forward. These guys were there. Rico was sort of around here, and it was just a bit confusing. Marmoush would go inside, and no one would really overlap. It got very tucked in, and it was just a bit, confusing. I'm not playing Rico Lewis, mate. It's the same what we did last season. And this is the thing. It was decent, but we lost an awful lot of quality. And I feel like now when you start to think, well, what do we need here? Where Marmoush needs to be here. He does. And what do we need here? We need an overlapping fullback. Let's put ait-nouri here instead. You can cross the ball. And then you go, well, that means Vardiol's playing centre-back, which is an upgrade. Ait-nouri's an upgrade on Vardiol left-back. Vardiol's an upgrade on Kanji at centre-back. Reinders is an upgrade on modern-day Bernardo Silva. Rodri is an upgrade on Gundo. Cherki probably an upgrade on KDB these days. And Marmoush gets to play central because ait-nouri's there, so he's an upgrade on Doku on the left-hand side, I would argue. Nunes and maybe another keeper is an upgrade on, another right back is an upgrade on how we ended the season. And I think Foden or Bob will find their form and be an upgrade on Marmoush on the right. So I think we're absolutely... I can't wait. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be brilliant. Kusnov at right back, I don't think we're going to play him there, but I would not be against this. If you wanted to do this, I would not be against this at all. Kusanov covering at right back, and then we can do this where you've got these guys totally covering. And because the reason I like this, instead, what we did last season, we had Nunes here. Like Nunes was going forward, and we sort of had the young sort of there. We were defending a sort of 2-3 like that, weren't we? 2 centre backs and 3. What I prefer. By the way, ait-nouri scores goals too, for what it's worth. D. Crompton, he scores goals and gets assists more so than Vardiol for a lesser team. But what I wouldn't be averse is Nunes a bit deeper. The Nunes role being deeper and having 3 at the back instead. Because I don't want to. Because Cherki will be further forward, and I want Reinders and Rodri to be able to get forward because they are goal scorers too, and then these guys can cover that channel perfectly. And in that instance, you keep Foden or Bob wide, and you let. By the way, Vardiol's not defending the entire channel because ait-nouri would drop back too, but largely we'd cover all channels there, And I think Kusanov, I would love him on that side. He's not a natural right back, but I think in this one where we got the ball, this would make a lot more sense. I think this would make a lot more sense. There was rumours that Kusanov didn't play because you would have to pay another 5 to 10 million or something like that, wasn't it? Where if he played the 10th game, he'd played 9. But it was weird they didn't even get a single minute off the bench. He didn't even he got to 9 games and never played another minute. And all those rumours came out that if he played 10 games, he'd get. I thought it was 5 million. Someone saying it was 10 million. So if there's something in that, I would not be surprised. But Kusanov to me would cover the channel perfectly. I would love that because then you've got Diaz in the centre, Vardiol covering that channel, left centre back role is Vardiol's best role. Then you can defend like this if you wanted to. This is how we defend. Kusanov would cover that side as a 1v1, Then you've got Reinders and Rodri. We defend in a 4-4-2. It'd be like this, where Cherki and Haaland would press together, and they would activate the press. This is how we defend. It's just such better, man. It's so much better. And of course, you can bring Savio if you want to on the right hand side. You can. Juma Bar, by the way, I think he's gone on loan again. There's no way he's coming back, in my personal opinion. Livermento would be excellent too, because I think we need a more defensive-minded one. But look, I don't know, man. I don't know how it'll be, but what I do know is that we are absolutely set for a wonderful season. I truly believe it. I truly believe it. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's going to be brilliant, man. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. It's so funny, by the way, because I've seen Liverpool fans saying to me, the funny thing about this, you haven't remotely bridged the gap left by De Bruyne. We absolutely have, but it's one of those things where no one's close to De Bruyne. You can't. Nando's too expensive, someone. Leave Nando's is expensive, but it's all really nice. I don't get the Nando's hate. It's objectively nice. It just is. But anyway, no one is obviously bridging the De Bruyne gap. I get that, but it's applied to me. But with Reinders and Cherki and ait-nouri, there's a lot of creativity there. And look, I don't think you can bridge the... You can't bridge the De Bruyne gap. But what you can do is add goals and assists around it. And the thing is, we got to bear in mind, we were the most informed team last season from January onwards. We were top of the league form table from January the 1st. And De Bruyne was not the same player. He wasn't. De Bruyne was good, but he wasn't the same player. And I think when Foden, I really believe this is going to be a cracking side. When Foden finds his form again, there'll be goals there and assists. When No, someone said in the chat Nando's is poor, so I defended it. I've not got a Nando's order, by the way. I wish I did. I might order some food myself. I'm skint though. Shall I order takeaway for lunch, guys? What should I get for lunch? Nicola and Ruben and Cass are at Nando's, and I'm jealous. I've not had breakfast today. I've been up since 4 a.m. I say I haven't had breakfast. I lie. I had a Pop-Tart at 4:30. That's it. I had a Pop-Tart for some reason. I came down because my son woke up, and I sat down on the sofa and I played Claire Obscure and a bit of Mario Kart. You guys might know those games. And I had a coffee and a Pop-Tart at 4:30, and I've not eaten since then. 4:30. It feels about 5 o'clock for me. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired. But I'm so excited. Yay, we got a superstar, Nando's is good. I know it's not perfect, but it's nice. My basic ass argument is that is that all All these things, Domino's, Pizza Express, Nando's, McDonald's, all these things get big for a reason. Subway, because they're pretty decent. I'm not saying they're haute cuisine or anything like that, but they're decent. They wouldn't get massive if they weren't. People like them for a reason. I'm not saying the high volume, but they're still nice. They're still nice. People, they wouldn't be massive otherwise. Five Guys is big for a reason because it's nice. And people like it. And it's over expensive. But Nando's, a medium, I'm a medium spice. I can do a hot as well. Medium, half a chicken with peri-peri chips and corn on the cob with loads of butter on and a bottomless Fanta. I get the Fanta. And that to me is just satisfying. I bring over the sauce and I pour it on it. And it's just nice chicken, man. It is. And the chips are lovely. And I'm happy with that. I used to get the dip. You remember the red pepper? The pepper and red pepper salsa dip thing, and I used to really like that as well. But there we go. That's my Nana's order. I'm starving. I'm absolutely starving. Anyway, Olivia with a super chat says, "Are you French, by the way?" Cherki was a Nando's flavour. He's he's hot, isn't he? He's hot. He's a half a chicken, definitely. I bet he loves the Nando's as well. Olivier says, Cherki could get even better and prove to be the real deal in 2-3 years from now. Look, I'm going to say it right now. I'm saying it right now. The ceiling limit for Cherki, and I'm going big on this, the ceiling limit of how high he could be is Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or, to quote Rio Ferdinand. Ballon d'Or, I'm 50 years old. Ballon d'Or, Ballon d'Or. Grow up, you weirdo. Just shouting Ballon d'Or constantly. But that is the ceiling limit of how good he could be. He could be, he could reach De Bruyne levels in terms of talent. Kevin, I have no idea, by the way. We'll never know. They're both Cheeky and Viana, but we'll never know who fully did them. It doesn't really matters. All we know is that Viana's off to a great start because he's been involved in all this. But I truly believe that. That is his level. Thank God he's leaving commentating. Absolutely, mate. Jesus Christ. He's terrible. Like, I'm not even being harsh there or being... Yeah, of course he's Ballon d'Or level, mate. If he gets 20, 30, if he's scoring 15 goals a season and getting 20 odd assists a season and being the best playmaker in the world, absolutely. They're all the numbers Lamine Yamal's getting. 100% he could be. Like, as good as Lamine is, I still maintain Lamine is not as good as peak De Bruyne still. Lamine could get better, but I think he's got Ballon d'Or potential. Obviously, it depends how far Lamine goes. And Lamine could get better and better, but so could Cherki. Cherki could be 20 goals and 25 assists. He could be that level special. He could be. We'll see. We don't know how he goes, but... Rayan and ait-nouri is going to be announced today as well, isn't it, at some point? I don't know when, but he will be at some point. I have no idea, what time. I'm hoping it's not going to be at 2:00 because I've got to go and get the wife and son from Bury. But it's going to be good, It's going to be a wonderful day. It'll be later on today. So I've got a video later on today as well. I've got a cracking episode of everything that you need to know lined up. And I can't wait to see it. Guys, I think I'll leave it there anyway. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new. I've got loads more content to come. I'll do a video how we're going to line up. And I am excited to see how this goes. Thank you for all the support on the channel. It's massively appreciated. You're all legends. I can't wait. I need some food. I'm starving. I'm starting to feel a bit weak from all the energy I'm putting into this stream. But once again, I'll show you that team. I think it's going to be an absolute wonder team. I think we're going to win the league next season. I've told you already. I think Haaland is going to feast. I think Marmoush will tuck in. I think ait-nouri will get forward. I think we could see Vardiol, Diaz and Kusanov cover there. If one of Foden and Bob will be out wide, Rodri and Rangers will get forward. We'll camp in the box. Cherki will be floating around. Marmoush will be moving off Haaland. Ait-nouri will be whipping crosses in. Foden and Bob could drift in if they want to. Cherki could go out here. There's so much versatility. It's going to be ridiculously fun. I cannot wait, man. It's going to be a great season. And I am expecting City to be wonderful next year. And I think we'll go for the league. And I think we're going to be great. And then if you want to change it up, man, if you want to change it up and be more defensive, if Cherki wants to sit out a game, put Nico G in, man. Like, you put Haaland up here. If you want to change how you play a little bit, Nico G, and we could really, we could batter the midfield and really lock in a little bit. Rodri and Nico sort of there, and Reinders can go forward a little bit. We could just do something more like that if you wanted Cherki to be a bit more defensive-minded. If you want to, hold it down a little bit more, you could play with the wingers. You could play Doku out here. And if you want it to be a little bit more Or maybe you can do Cherki on the right wing if you want to keep him in the team still. And Marmoush can go over here, or Doku or Savinho. And there's many different ways to play. I can't wait. I can't wait. I cannot wait, guys. I'm going to end it there because I am very tired. I've been up for a long, long time. You're all legends. Subscribe if you're new. Download OneFootball as well. It's absolutely ace, I promise you. Catch you in a bit. Up the Blues!